Hello ladies and gentlemen. This video is about one piece of the automotive geo-marketing system we have for you, the Geo mobile app. In an effort to be transparent, I've edited the demonstration video that was presented to the marketing partners. Hosting the video are the solution concept designers, John and his wife Elena, and the main programmer, Ed, who with his talented team have brought this concept to life. I'm sure you will find it interesting, with extraordinary profit potential. Please forgive the sound issues. That said, I turn it over to Ed. Thank you.
Today we're going to be talking a little, let me get the next slide here, about our new mobile app, which is designed for dealers, but it also can be used for other niches. We're going to do a little chat about the number porting features that we have inside of Sales Text Chat and any other system that we have. A little teaser about our iBeacon technology, and then we'll take some Q&A from you guys. First, I want to show you guys the app. So let me dive into this. Let me open up my phone screen here. Unlock my phone. We recently created an app for a dealer. They're called Plaza Motors or Plaza Auto Mall.
Yep.
This week we actually uploaded their app to the App Store. I'll give you guys a little glimpse of what that looks like on our App Store. Pretty looking page. Has all the details about the app. And then it has all the other information. I have to click on read more here to tell you some of the features that it has. But we're going to get more in depth into it. I'm going to actually open up the app right now because it is installed on my phone. Bear with me with this screen mirroring technology. Let me close this. There we go. I click on open here. That's going to bring up the app. Now, the cool part about this app is it's all powered by Sales Text Chat. Now, inside of this dealer, which is Plaza Auto Mall, there's an option called Mobile Application under Tools, and this is only available to this specific dealer. But we're going to show you guys later, and tell you guys later, how you guys can start selling apps to dealers and also to other businesses that you may be working with. This is a very powerful tool, and you're going to start really seeing the value in this here in just a second. So you click on Mobile Application here inside of the Sales Text Chat back office. First part here is probably the most important part because it's going to be accessed the most by the owners of the dealership. And this is the push notification center in our push notification history, as well as our fenced push notifications. Let me do a little demo here. I'm going to send a push notification. Fake URL. I should choose the store image. Use the car. I'm going to send an instant push notification. You see here, within like a second, not even half a second, it showed up on my phone here. You see here, it's a Plaza Auto Mall push message. Kind of even looks like a text message how it comes through on a Samsung phone. So the person can click on this, the customer, and then that'll take them to the message center inside of the app, and they can click on it. They can view the image. They can also save the image if it's a coupon. If they click the link, all this stuff that it does inside of this push message is all stored in the push notification. So I think this is the one I just sent, I believe. Is it? Go back here. Yes, it is. So 4 people got this message that I just sent. These are the people here. And then it tells you who read the message. Now, a read is considered when somebody clicks on that little notification, or actually comes inside the app and checks all their messages and clicks on the actual button on there. But it'll track that click and show you who clicked on that specific link. If somebody clicks through to a website, it'll track all the messages that were clicked through to a website. So we have full metric scoring here with every single user that get the message. Can you guys hear me okay? John, Melina?
Yep, I gotcha.
Was I breaking up at all?
No, that's better now.
Yeah, that's better.
So I was
It was
breaking
okay.
up?
It was a little muffled, but it's a little bit clearer now.
Yeah, it happens because when you do a lot of moving around on the screen with GoTo, it tends to, while I'm moving and talking at the same time, it'll break up the voice.
Got it.
All right, so that's the push center, but there's also a way to set up a fenced message where, let me set up another one here. Choose our push message. And now I'm going to save this as a fenced message. That's down here, coming to Possible Motors. Now if I click on view here, you see all the details about it. But I can also, inside my general settings, I think it was in the general settings or in the geofencing. Here we go. In our geofencing center here, we can set up a notification email and a notification phone number. So this could be a salesman or the internet manager at a dealership or any other business owner if it's not a dealership. But what will happen is anytime a customer comes through the fence, this email will get notified and this cell phone number will get notified via text. And the person that gets notified via text can actually start a conversation with that user instantaneously by clicking the link inside of the text. Now let me tell you about the geofencing. So let me create a new fence here. Let me zoom out. Let's create our first fence. I'm just going to place a pin over Detroit. So let's set up our geofence at Detroit. And we're going to title our fence. Now we can set our radius. So if I zoom in even more, you see this little halo around the pin? Anytime a user that has our app walks or drives through this red area, they're going to get a push notification that we assign to this fence. Now I can set the radius as big or as small as I want it to be. So let's just set this one for 150 meters. Now I want to select the dates that it's active. So I'm just going to start it like yesterday, and it's going to expire, excuse me, it's going to expire on the 19th. Click on apply. Now I've set when this fence is active. It'll only be active for those 5 days that I've set it. Next, I select the push message that's going to fire when that person goes through that fence. So I choose Possible Motors. And now I can set my push limits because obviously we don't want to have a customer getting irritated by the app sending all these push notifications. So I can set my push notifications to 1 up to 10 per day, per week, and per month. So I'm just going to set that to 1. Click on Save Fence. Now if I go back to my fence list, you'll see here's my Detroit fence. Now anytime a user goes through that fence, they're going to get a push notification, and this email and phone number is going to get notified instantaneously. And what's cool about this is it's for dealers. If a customer in dealer downloads the app, like John will explain in a second in a scenario how this app can get installed by a customer. Now, when that customer goes to a competing dealership, the salesman can get texted instantaneously when that fence has been reached by the customer, and he can actually call that particular customer or send him a text message and a text chat. So how powerful is that? That's very, very powerful for any type of sales industry, dealerships, hairdressers, name it. What you can do with this is very powerful. And the sky is the limit. Whatever you can think of, it'll do it. Now, what's cool about this and how it's going to work out for other niches, not only dealerships, is that we have the ability to customize the entire button set and icon set inside of the app. And this actually updates live. So whatever I change here, when this customer, for example, minimizes it or closes it and reopens it back up, all the changes will take effect, even the background image here. So if I go back into general settings here, you'll see here I can change all my background images if I want. I can also upload my own image to match the season. For example, let's say it's Christmas. You want our app to have a Christmas theme. We'll just take this image and throw some lights and stuff on it, or snowman. To match the season. So we can also set our contact information. This contact information is reflected everywhere inside the app. We can set our menu colors, which is the button colors here, as well as the background colors of the actual app. Next, we have our contact list. What's cool about the contact list is we have the service center numbers, sales numbers, and then general numbers that the dealership might have. And when a customer clicks on Add to Contacts, it'll plug all those numbers automatically into their phone on their phone. Next is our roadside assistance. Every single dealership has some sort of roadside assistance program, but you can highlight all those companies by just simply adding them to the list. And when that customer needs any roadside assistance, they'll just click on the icon here. And anything that's populated here will appear on this page as well. Now, as far as the links and the names of the buttons, those are all customizable inside of the app links section. Each one of these essentially go to a mobile web page. Now, you see the names of these particular buttons. Those can be changed instead of just clicking on the title, and it'll automatically update onto the app. So it's always customizable. 24 hours a day, 365 days a year. Just keep in mind how powerful this is, especially for dealerships. They don't like spending a lot of money on new technology, but this also saves them a lot of money because they don't have to go to the developer to have constant updates going on. We're going to go through some of the things inside of the app. We have the call service, which is some of the general settings. We have the service feedback page inside of the page. We also have the saved listings inside of the system to visit the listing site. When the button is inside the app, they can open it to the app. So we go into the dealership and here's some of the actual cars that are listed. We have a gas station finder. And it instantaneously knows the location of the phone, so it'll always put the closest gas station to you. There's a loan calculator. We have a meter minder, so if someone's at a parking meter, they can set the time, the length of time they put the money in. For like 2 hours, they set the reminder when it goes off, 5 minutes before, 10 minutes before. They put the meter and put the push notification. We'll put more money inside of the meter. We have links to the Facebook page, links to the website. We have a My Information page, and we can plug in their information. That way, the dealership, when those push notifications go through, they'll have all this details about this customer.
Hey Ed, real quick, your mic is like really bad, is really breaking up.
Yeah, I think what it is because I'm moving around so much.
Okay, that's actually a little bit better, but it's like
Yeah, it's much better.
really.
All right, I'll try not to move around and talk at the same time.
Okay, now that's way better.
Yeah.
Okay.
Now they can also at any time access their message center, and they can delete certain ones. They can also archive certain messages as well. They just simply click on this. It's actually the same message that they initially received that I showed you earlier when I sent that push message to my phone. Go back. We also have a privacy policy that essentially is just a web link, which will go to Plaza Auto Mall mobile website. And it's all pretty much powered by the mobile websites that a lot of the dealerships already have. Go back. Open up the app again. I'll show you what some of the icons do inside of the app. There's a link to the specials page. You'll see there you can browse all the cars inside of the app. We have a schedule service page. and you'll see that. You can just put your contact information in, but every dealer is going to have a different mobile web page for the scheduled service, so it all depends on exactly what they have set on their page. And most of the dealerships now, they do have a mobile web page. If you're going to be selling this to anything other than a dealership, you might have to have a mobile website designed, because a lot of websites that are out there are not mobile optimized. So always keep that in mind. It's not going to display a general website very well. We have an inventory search page, one-click contact us, maps and directions to the store. We have a flashlight tool, one-click turns on the flashlight. We have a car finder, and that's pretty much it. We can customize those apps to add more features if you do require them, just as long as it doesn't require any hardcore programming. Icons, buttons, and stuff is not very hard to add into the application. So I'll go on to the push notifications, the app links, the geofencing, the general settings, and then we have the application users. All the users inside of your application are going to be stored in this section of the tool inside Sales Text Chat. So we jump back over to our presentation. I'm going to pause my screen for 1 second, guys. There we go. So you can start selling this app right away. All the features shown are included, and then when it happens, the iPhone app will also be included when it's finished. Now there is going to be an additional $99 fee to have that added to the iTunes store, or whatever their store is called. I'm not an iPhone person. But there's going to be that additional $99 charge to have the iPhone app made as well. That is expected to be done probably in the next 20 to 30 days. Now, John is selling these already at a $19.97 setup, $190 a month. It's story time with Mr. Passamano. John is going to tell us a brilliant technique a dealer is using to get all app subscribers into the system and is affordable for the dealer. So, John, take it away.
Okay. Can everybody hear me clearly? If not, let me know. My head was like plastered on there. That's not really me. I saw this slide just a couple of minutes before this started. That's my disclaimer. All right, a little background here. Plaza Auto Mall's a very big dealer in New York, very big, powerful dealer in New York. He's had 3 city blocks in Brooklyn, Honda, Toyota, Hyundai, Kia, Acura. So needless to say, right, the few app vendors that are there, the customized dealer app vendors, were knocking on his door constantly. None of them do more than what ours does, and a lot of them do a good deal less, but some of them are charging more. One in particular, probably the best one out there, is a company called DME that's been pushing it fairly heavily with Toyota. He examined both. He picked us. For some of the features, particularly the geofencing features that Ed pointed out, once you get somebody to download the app, right, you can identify and geofence competitors and then be notified when somebody walks into a competitor. That's an amazing thing, actually. If you could get, as a dealer, most of your CRM database using the app or on the app, you in fact can geofence them and you can target them and you really know who's shopping when, which is very, very useful. But this is kind of the totality of the thing. What we're trying to do is build kind of the most unique, most feature-filled kind of mechanism off of the text chat platform. And of course, a piece of that is text chat. A piece of that is the text marketing. A piece of it now is the app. And there's a piece coming that I don't want to say too much about just yet, but it involves mobile wallet. And if mobile wallet is integrated inside the app, now you can do a bunch of things, right? You can give out coupons, you can give out punch cards, you can do it within the app using mobile wallet, and by giving anything out, in this case, this dealer is giving out $50 for test drives. But he could just as easily be doing a punch card for oil changes. Actually, he does. He gives the first 4 oil changes free, so he's going to be doing that in the punch card. What's the point here? Well, first off, he motivates people to download the app, right? You know, you get something if you do it, so people do it, and punch cards are really easy to keep track of. You don't need a lot of paper coupons, and there's advantages to the customer, right? But now if anybody falls within a GEO-Fence, they can immediately get a ping above the lock screen. This is what we're working on right now, that says something about the dealer, and then a key back to the dealer, right, saying, hey, this customer that you haven't seen in 6 months or 12 months or 48 months just walked into XYZ Toyota store down the street. So at that point, the dealer can do a whole bunch of things. They can call them up. They can send an opt-in text chat invite. They can do a whole bunch of things. But it really takes conquest marketing to the next level in terms of internally with your own database and as well as anybody prospecting. What we're advising the dealer to do is literally any lead that they get ultimately by text or by web chat or by email or by walk-in, offer them something. Get in their mobile wallet, right? Get them to download your app, even better, right? And now you can keep track of that person. You can do that by GEO-Fence. Instead, our GEO-Fence is pretty sophisticated. I think it's probably the most sophisticated out there of any vendor, especially the pingback mechanism that says, you know, immediately, hey, you know, this guy's shopping, he's in a store. Don't underestimate the value of that, right? Your average dealer probably has 10,000 people, give or take, in the CRM. The problem for the dealer is they don't know which 100 are shopping at any one time, right? 100, 150, whatever. Well, if they can get in their mobile wallet, they can get integrated in the app, they'll know that, right? Immediately. Whatever 50 happen to be inside stores that afternoon, they'll know that they can reach out. The closing ratio we expect to go phenomenally high. And everything ties in together. You can push out, ultimately you'll be able to push out an offer by a web link. You can push it out by a keyword shortcode. You can push it out by a QR code. All of this will be integrated together. The pricing, that isn't outlandish. That's about what you pay for anybody's app these days. In the car end, there's 3 guys that are out there. There's DME, which is probably the most viable competitor, and that's the one we beat out for Plaza. There's a company called AutoMotion TV, and then there's a company called Dealer AppVantage out of northern New Jersey, but dealers kind of are suspect of them. They were just fined 50 grand by the state of New Jersey because they were actually selling the dealers' leads out to other dealers, which dealers tend to frown on. So, I mean, that's a very realistic number. That isn't like super salesmanship. A couple grand down, a couple hundred a month is really the minimum of what these are priced at. And again, most of them don't do what ours does. And once we add the layer of mobile wallet and the beacon mechanisms that we're going to add and integrate, nobody will do that. Nobody out there is doing that. So the app is the next piece in a phase that we'll be implementing that'll include mobile wallet. And while the app is pretty specific to dealers, although it can adapt to other businesses, mobile wallet kind of as a split off piece on its own can apply to any small business out there, right? And you can do a number of things there. You can do punch cards, you can do coupons, right? All set in with the mobile wallet, and once you're in there, you can send GEO-Fence over the lock screen messages, and you can tie things into beacons. This is state-of-the-art stuff. This is cutting edge, and any piece of it is fairly unique. We're doing it better than anybody else, but when you put all the pieces together as a package, there is literally nobody else that has this comprehensive a package. And when I say coming soon, it's literally coming very, very soon. The app piece is here. The mobile wallet piece will be here in a matter of weeks, not months, and it will all fit together extremely well. We gave a glimpse of this to this dealer. This is what essentially sold him. DME was pushing really hard, and we showed what our app could do, which was 90% of it. Then we showed kind of the integration with mobile wallet and what was coming down the road, and that's when it was a guaranteed sale. In fact, what he did was, in order to gear up and to push both text chats into the text chat system and leads into wallet system, in addition to buying the app, he bought 30 keywords from us. I mean 30, not 5, not 10, but 30, integrating it, planning to integrate this year into all of his media in New York City. So if you're in New York City and you see an ad from Plaza, either in cable or radio, or the other methods that he uses, all of them will have a keyword that will say, you know, text whatever his keyword is at that point to 69696, plastered all over New York City. So we're very excited about that. But if we can meet the competition of really the most competitive dealer, most competitive dealer out there, and they don't get more competitive or bigger than Plaza in the heart of Brooklyn, then it will really be easy to move this out and sell this to your to dealers kind of that maybe are not quite as sophisticated, because they'll see nothing like it integrated to it all. So I hope that kind of lays out a foundation. We'll be adding more meat to this as the weeks roll on.
Awesome, man. Now you don't have to deal with any of that coding stuff. You just go out there and sell it, and now we can distribute this app as fast as you need it. If you have a store that could use this app tomorrow, we could probably have an app for you overnight inside of the App Store. So that's a pretty powerful thing that we can offer all of our clients. All right, next, John, do you want to say anything else about the iBeacons?
Mobile wallet thing. And again, integrating into the app or even not integrating into the app is that once you're in the mobile wallet, you can send GEO-Fence messages out, short messages over the lock screen. You can also send more detail or rich media or pictures through beacons. Beacons, again, are small, kind of half the size of the palm of your hand devices. They're waterproof, they're weatherproof, you can kind of stick them anywhere. And they'll broadcast Bluetooth at a range of about 200 feet. So, you know, kind of the opportunity there is endless to ping your own message if you could get these things. For instance, what I said to this dealer is, look, we're going to do a lot of things to get both the app and in mobile wallet for a lot of his customer base, very large customer base, which is why he's using the keyword shortcode, because the New York Car Show is coming up in April, and by April he figures he can have a half a dozen guys walking around the car show with beacons in their pockets and absolutely ping out to everybody there a special greeting. Hey, for the car show, come to Plaza Auto Mall, we'll give you a special discount. And the irony is he won't have paid a dime for it, right? He already has these people in his database, so instead of paying a zillion bucks for the program book or the special banners or all those things they sell at the New York Car Show, they get pretty expensive. He'll be able to ping that out. And that's a strategy really any dealer can use for any car show or community event once they've got these people in the wallet. The incentive to download the app or the incentive to download the wallet is the giveaway. He's doing a number of kind of clever things. $50 for a test drive, provided you're in the wallet or ultimately in the app. A giveaway on the website for his current customers, and in an email blast. You don't have to go this far. This is the first I've ever seen this, but he's giving out a $5,000 cash prize in the giveaway. This is the way New York thinks, right? I suggested a dinner for two somewhere. He said, "No, we'll up the ante. We'll do a $5,000 cash prize." So, you know, most of these dealers are giving away stuff for people to visit or to walk in or to take a test drive. So all they really have to do is integrate whatever their current giveaway is as motivation to either download a coupon in the wallet or ultimately download the app integrated with wallet. And then you can do, like I said, a number of things. You can do the geofencing that Ed pointed out. You can do the rich media through beacons, right? And Ed's showing you beacons. They're as tiny as a little sticker or as large as half the palm of your hand. The stickers do the same thing, except they have a very, very limited range of about 20 feet versus about 200 feet for the larger beacons. But in talking around with my kind of like dealer friends introducing this very, very kind of on a pilot basis in most cases, they get pretty creative. One guy was saying, look, I could hollow out a tennis ball, stick that beacon in it, and throw it on my competitor's roof at night, and he'll never know when people drive in. They get pinged, right, from my dealership or even a video from me. So, I mean, and it has universal usage, right? I mean, I'm a one-trick pony. I'm a dealership guy, right? I'm a car dealer guy. But for anyone out there that has any other small business, I mean, these are perfect for restaurants, right? Get a coupon into the wallet or into the app, stick a beacon at the door, right? And anybody that walks past, you can ping a message to, or GEO-Fence, ping a message to. Or, again, once they're in the database, in the wallet, I can send a message to everybody, and I can have it expire. I can send a message out saying, hey, I got a 20% off lunch today, but it's only for the next 2 hours. Really, we'll be going in much, much more detail. Again, this is coming in weeks as opposed to months, and everything's kind of integrated within each other, including text messaging, text chat, app, and ultimately the wallet technology. We're very, very excited about this. A, because not many people are doing any kind of all the pieces to this, and two, nobody's putting all the pieces together the way we are. And it really, like I said, it applies to any retail business. I'm just focused on dealers right now, but anybody that has any business in their database where it would make sense to be able to really loyalty market through punch cards or coupons and GEO-Fence and reach them through beacons. We're going to have all this. We're going to have it very, very affordable, so even the smaller businesses can take it, and the smallest businesses. And it's pretty exciting technology. One thing about beacons, by the way, too, if you look at business intelligence forecasting, this stat is pretty amazing. 2014, 4% of the top 100 retailers were using beacons. 2015, that's 15%. They're predicting by the end of 2016 that 85% of the top 100 retailers will be using beacons. So if your potential client base is not familiar with it now, they certainly will be by the end of the year. This thing is going to grow exponentially. If you look at Forrester, if you look at Business Intelligence, I mean, this is the place to be, and we're as ahead as anybody out there. And as soon as we roll it out and make sure it's ironclad, we'll roll it out to you guys.
Dave and Lydia ask, I thought you said iBeacons would reach out 1,000 feet and send a post notification on an earlier webinar. I think what he meant on that particular call is that the initial beacon that the customer's going to pass through to have the pass added to their phone, that is 100 meters, but those can be accomplished at 1,000 feet by adding multiple beacons. Am I correct, John?
Yeah, two things here. If you need to go out a large distance, use a GEO-Fence. You're limited to how rich the media can be, right? But you can go a mile, no problem, right? If you need something more narrowcast, but a lot more rich data and data fed back to you, then you use a beacon.
Yeah, and we've done some testing inside of our system, and we can set for those that are already inside of the system, we can set our GEO-Fences as big as we want them to be. Even though the beacons or the actual GEO-Fences are limited to 100, we just pretty much set a bunch of GEO-Fences over each other so we can form the territory and the fence that we want to have. John or David Lee asked again, will beacons send out posts to Android devices as well as Apple devices?
Yes, absolutely. It's going to work on Android. It's going to work on Apple.
BJ asks, is this the same technology that Facebook is doing with beacons for small businesses?
Same theory, right? Same technology. But Facebook has their ultimate motive, right, to get everybody on Facebook and then to shoot ads to everybody. This is more of a direct play between the business and the customer and building up the business's database that they can do things with. But absolutely, more than one person that I've talked to about this knows about beacons because Facebook's been pushing out these beacons. But again, Facebook does that to pad Facebook's viewership, right? And additional ads and all sorts of things. This is one-to-one. This is being able to foster this technology, but not cutting Facebook into the mix, if you know what I mean.
Ian asks, with beacons, the recipient only needs Bluetooth activated, not an app installed. John, correct me if I'm wrong, but you can also just be connected via Wi-Fi, right?
Yeah, absolutely. Wi-Fi, Bluetooth. Yeah, you do not need an app to use geofencing and beacons. What you need the app for, right, is a few things. One is so there's no limitation to the message or the number of characters you can send out in a geofence. You can broaden out the geofence a lot better. And the big thing is it gives you the feedback back, right? Wallet will not do that alone, right? With Wallet, you can ping somebody a message if they hit the geofence. If they're within beacon range, you can send out rich media and you can track a little bit of that. If you have the app, it'll feedback instantaneously. This guy's at the Nissan store down the street, right? So that information is valuable. But you can use it independent of an app, right? And be able to ping out a short message, be able to update a coupon, be able to send messages to everybody in the database, to a single person in the database, and of course shoot rich media out with a beacon.
All right, next question. Is there any that I missed that you guys can see, John or Alina?
I don't think so. Let's see here.
I see Mark asked, is there going to be an app available for Apple? Yes, we're just a couple weeks out on that. There's a lot more hurdles creating an Apple app than it is for an Android, unfortunately.
I see one here. Is Plaza Auto Mall using the sales text chat system also with this app? The answer is ultimately yes. They're integrating everything with sales text chat, kind of as their basis. That's why they took the bunch of keywords and integrated it with all their advertising.
Yeah, Daniel Altman, he noticed on one of the pages, Cart Chat 24 is on one of the pages, so you might want to bring that to their attention, John.
On for well,
Plaza.
they're using our text chat. They're still using some outside web chat. They're not using our web chat completely yet, but text chat is all ours.
All right, let me see if there's any questions that I missed here. Is there any other questions that you guys have about the iBeacons or the app that we are about to launch and open up to all of you guys to sell? Any unanswered questions? I know this is probably going to come up with some of your clients. They're going to ask you for a demo. I don't think John, even though Plaza is his client, I don't think John would have any problem with people sliding over to the Android store and picking up the application for Plaza. Right, John?
Yeah, I actually think that'd be a good selling tool and a good idea. I mean, everybody knows that you don't get more competitive than New York City, especially Toyota, Honda, and the rest of those brands in New York City and Brooklyn. So I think it'd be a great idea to download that app and see what they're doing, and then add that they've got keywords tied into all of the media that they use in New York City and that they're using Wallet. I mean, I like the account A because it's a fantastic account, and B because, I mean, I use it that way. I use it as my example account, right? To say, like, look, I mean, there's nothing more competitive and more demanding than the biggest dealer in New York City, and we basically have him.
Nice. Wes asks, can the customer pay their service bill using the app? I don't see why not, Wes, because the app is pretty much powered by web links. And if the dealership has a page where the customer go to and pay the bill, I don't see any reason why that could not be done. Any other questions on apps, guys? Dave and Lydia asked, could you please explain the benefits of the wallet again? I don't quite understand why that puts you over the top of Plaza.
Wait, to repeat that question?
Yes, Lydia asked, could you please explain the benefits of Wallet again? I don't quite understand why that puts you over the top with Plaza.
I'm sorry. The benefits of, what was that one word?
Wallet.
Oh, Wallet. Okay. Benefits of Wallet. Real simple. Okay. I'm a dealership. I have certain people shopping me on a regular basis, right? And I have a lot of people in my CRM that have either bought cars from me in the past or shopped me in the past, and it's in my email system. For that guy shopping me, I know that he's potentially shopping other dealers. If I can't sell him at my store or on a phone or on a text chat, if he enters another dealer, I get another shot at him, right? I can GEO-Fence that dealer, and I got another message to him to try to come back to my store, right? If he's in my database, right, like I said, I might have 10,000. In the case of Plaza, I might have 40,000 people in my database, right? I know all 40,000 people aren't shopping. Maybe 5%, maybe 2% are shopping at any one time, right? I can guarantee if I've got them in Wallet, right, that they're going to get a ping from me if they hit a competitive store because I've set up my GEO-Fences, right? If I've got them in my app, right, through Wallet, now not only do I know that I got a shot at them, that I'm pinging them to come back to my store when they hit a competitive dealer, but I'm getting that information fed back to me so an aggressive salesperson can immediately call them up while they're standing in another store. I know that they're standing in the competing Toyota store in New York City, but they don't know that I know that, and I can call the guy up, or I can send him a text opt-in. Right? And so the big advantage here, and we're the only ones doing it, there's no other competition in New York, is that this guy's basically going to conquest sale every one of his competitors in New York City. And he's going to get, at the very least, assuming they're in Wallet, a message out to a guy as soon as he walks into that competing store saying, hey, come on back to Plaza, we'll give you X, or we'll give you $300 per deal, we'll give you Y. Right? And he knows in his database, is the only one in New York City that's going to know in his database if they're in Wallet, that he's got a message out when they hit that competing store. Now, if they've got his app and Wallet, he's the only one in New York City that knows exactly where. He's actually getting feedback saying Joe Smith just entered, Paragon Honda, right? So he can reach out to that guy. Doesn't work in reverse. If Paragon doesn't have our system, right, they're not going to know they walked into Plaza, but Plaza's going to know they walked into Paragon. You see the advantage there? Right? You see where these dealers' eyes light up, right, when we roll out this technology? They've always had the ability to recall somebody if, in fact, somebody prospected them for a sale. But what they never knew is whether the guy was at the other store and how to specifically get a message while that guy was shopping at another store. Now they can do that. In Plaza's case, if they have the app, not only can they do that, they know who's shopping another store live time when they're shopping there. So they can reach out to that person. Think about the power of that. Right? Think what that does for a dealer versus another dealer that doesn't have it. And we're so new into this technology, I guarantee you nobody else has it, particularly the wallet technology. Nobody else has it. Right? Think of the advantage of the first guy in your neighborhood that does this. Right? It's an incredible push because now they can focus, not on an email blast for the 40,000 people that are in their email database, but on the 50 people that are shopping that day. I think it's going to increase closing ratios dramatically, and it makes the best use of their time and their database.
We have a follow-up from Lydia on that. What does the wallet add to the app? Sounds like the app does most of it already without the wallet.
Well, you need a few things, right? You need a motivation for somebody to download the app. Right, and the coupon inside the wallet kind of does that. Whatever I'm offering, if I'm offering the oil changes for a punch card, if I'm offering the $50 for a test drive, if I'm offering the contest, right, I make it so that I can only do it through wallet, and I can only do it if I've downloaded the app. So what the wallet does is give me the ability to coupon and a punch card and to embed it right into the app, and it gives a good reason for the customer, right, to download the app. Right. Once I have the app and once I have the coupon in there, that's when the feedback magic happens. Right. I can do about 50% of it, maybe 60% through wallet, and then the feedback loop back is where I have the app involved. Right? And so you can legitimately go into a dealer ultimately and be able to say, all right, I've got text message marketing and text chat, I've got wallet, and I've got app. Here's the way these pieces fit together, and here's the entire package. This is what it's going to cost you. Here's how the pieces work independently. Right? For instance, if you just want to do wallet, you won't have the feedback loop, but you will be able to do punch cards, and you will be able to short messages if somebody hits a GEO-Fence, but integrated into the app, and now you've got the feedback back of when people are moving, and here's a good reason to do that. Right? I can send a text message out. Right? I can download the coupon through a text message through a keyword shortcode to people, on print media. I can send a link out on email. I'll give you some keywords, and I'll give you the ability to text chat so that immediately if somebody hits the GEO-Fence, you can send an opt-in message saying somebody from Plaza Auto Mall wants to text with you. Do you want to say yes? Right? So each of these pieces works independently. They work even better all together. Right? And if you price the entire package right, it gives us a kind of a leap up and a competitive advantage if they do everything, but they don't have to do everything. We can break it out in pieces for them.
Yeah, and I think using both the wallet and the app together, not only can you send push messages from the app to get people into the wallet, but I think you can also, from the wallet, push people into the app. So I think it's a great contact list tool if you really think about it.
Yeah, exactly. There's a place actually for every coupon and every punch card on the opposite side to have that link to the app downloaded, where it says download our app, and boom, they hit it, and you've got the app downloaded.
There's another question. What was the name of the Plaza app? It's called Plaza Auto Mall, and you can find that inside of the Play Store. Daniel asked, how are service appointments connected into the app? Is it easy? They essentially can schedule service right here inside of the app. Okay, Allison Coates asked, are we creating the apps, or do we order them from you and someone else creates it? I may have missed some of it because the sound was really bad. Yeah, essentially what you do is you just show off the app. You guys have our blessings. I know Sam Jones asked if it was okay if we could show this to their clients. Absolutely, you can do that. But you can definitely use this app to sell to your clients, Allison. Just tell us when you make a sale. We'll obviously bill you. Obviously, it's $4.99 and then the $49 a month. You're going to want to bill your clients probably about 50% higher. That's pretty much it. You just tell us exactly what they're looking for. We're going to ask you a few details about the app that they want. And within 24 hours, we can have it inside of the Play Store. So it's pretty quick turnover. Also want to add too, Allison, there's other features that you guys need besides what's already in the app. Obviously, there might be a little surcharge for additional coding work, but everything you see in the core here of this app is something most businesses will already be able to use because a lot of it's powered by their mobile website. Michael asked, I didn't catch the first part. Will there be a replay? Absolutely, Michael. It'll be available probably just a couple hours after the call. David Lydia asked, again, how does the system work with dealers' CRM?
Well, the thing is, what I'm recommending is for guys that are in the CRM, usually they have a regular email blast going out. Maybe it's service coupons, but they regularly email blast. We got to move the people from the CRM into the very least mobile wallet, if not downloading the app. So what I'm recommending is send in your normal email blast, run a competition, give people a motivation to actually download at least a coupon in the mobile wallet, if not the full-blown app. So at that point, see, what you want to do is really get all the people in the CRM to hold your coupon in their wallet, if not download your app. right? Because once they're there, then you can do a whole bunch of things. In the CRM, you can't do anything, right? All you can do is send out email blasts. You don't know where that person's been. You can't set up GEO-Fences. You can't activate beacons. You can't do anything. Once you're in Mobile Wallet, or once you have the app with Mobile Wallet, then you can do a whole bunch of things. So it really has nothing to do with the CRM, except the whole motivation is to move everybody from that CRM into being a coupon holder or a punch card holder in mobile, in their mobile wallet, or ultimately in their mobile wallet through the app.
And another question from Rick, a comment. Nice to add a reminder push for the oil changes and safety inspections.
Yeah, absolutely, right? I mean, in the case of Plaza, it was very easy. They give the first 4 oil changes free. So while I was sitting in the meeting, I said, well, what does somebody have to do to get that? And, you know, the answer was, well, we send them a coupon or something, right? I said, well, look, make them download this in Wallet and ultimately make them download your app, right, in order to get these free oil changes. Everybody's going to do it because they want free oil changes, and now even this, I mean, this isn't limited to sales. The service department can set up GEO-Fences around competitive, quick lube places, Jiffy Lube, etc., and send a special coupon out that way. So absolutely, it's good to send a reminder. And in fact, if they use any sort of punch cards or 3 for 1 or 4, or 4 get 1 free or free oil changes, all they really have to do is alter it to incorporate to make sure that that customer has to either download that punch card in the mobile wallet or download it through the app, right? And then the magic happens, right? And of course, the customer is motivated to do that because they want the free stuff.
All right, Dean asks, how will the dealer get the appointment schedule request info from the app? Inside of the app, like I said, it's mostly mobile web powered by the dealer's website. This link here is customizable inside of STC. So when that customer clicks on this link, it's essentially the embedded website where they schedule a service at the dealer's website. I've never seen one that doesn't have this feature on their website. Most dealers already have a service page set up where they can have customers fill it out and request service. Allison asks, can you set multiple concurrent GEO-Fences, keep an eye on lots of competitors? Yes, Allison, you can do that both with the app, and then when we do launch the iBeacon technology, you're going to be able to do it with the iBeacons as well. Sam asks, is the app just for dealers or can we use it for other businesses? Sam, because of the way we've structured the app and because a lot of the text, images, and colors are all customizable within Sales Text Chat, this can be sold to any niche that you have. When you do, obviously you're going to use Plaza Automall as a model, and when you show it to the customer might say, hey, you know what? This is not part of my business. I don't want to have scheduled service. I don't want to show specials. I don't want to show the flashlight. Well, that's stuff that we'll take into consideration when we create the app for you. And just eliminate those from the app when we go live inside of the Play Store. Rick asks, can we sell this without the text chat? I would say no, because they do have to access Sales Text Chat to manage all this. But I'm also going to say yes, it's probably something that we should add to the system where we can sell only the app itself. Now keep that in mind, when they log into their Sales Text Chat, they're not going to have all the features that a normal user would see. Essentially, it would just be one button with access to customize their app. So we can make that happen for you. But ideally, you do want to have that feature where they do have texting inside of the app, because remember, the app, when a customer goes through the fence, that salesman or owner of the business is going to get notified. And he can start a chat with the customer and say, hey, save $50 on your whatever service that
you're going to buy. Let's say if it's a pizza joint. Let's say pizza joint has an app, right? You can say buy one pizza, get one free when that person goes through that fence. It's totally up to you.
Any other questions?
Hey, let me jump in for 1 second here. Because I want to go back to Allison's question about multiple geofences. Yeah, that's the beauty of it, okay? With the app, you can set up unlimited geofences. With Mobile Wallet, you can set up 10 per coupon or punch card. So if I'm a dealer, I can have, for instance, a punch card for oil changes, and I can do 10 geofences, multiple geofences for service locations. I can offer $50 a test drive with a coupon. I can do 10 of my competitors there. I can do a contest and do 10 of my competitors there. You see the power of this. I can basically, ring fence all my competitors, and if I have the app, track who goes in there. But even if I don't have the app, if I just have Mobile Wallet, right, I can make sure I get another message above their lock screen saying, come back to me. I have X or I have Y. Or what we're experimenting with now is text, the dealer name to 69696 and have them ping above the lock screen as soon as they walk into a competitor. And every time their phone goes to sleep and wakes up, it has that ping on there, right? And it's saying, here, just text me. And of course, that text goes directly into text chat. And now I've just opened up a dialogue with the customer. And I mean, he doesn't realize, I know he's standing in the competing Honda store, but I realize that and I start the dialogue up. In terms of the independence with the app and the text chat, you probably can't separate those two. But I'm envisioning where you can just walk in to a store with the wallet application. And there's a couple of reasons for that. One, when we come out with it, we're going to come out with a blockbuster price. There's no business that could not afford it, A. And B, the mobile wallet piece is kind of the easiest for them to understand and digest, and they're doing really neat things. And then the next step is, okay, they want to do even more really neat things, and so they'll add on other things. So I see that as kind of the leading product because A, it has a lot of whiz-bang to it, right? It has the GEO-Fence lock screen messages, it has the beacon capability, and it leads directly into, okay, this is neat, now I'll take the next step, I'll take the app, I'll take text chat, I'll be able to do a whole lot more with it. So that piece is going to be very kind of easily dissected, if you will, because it gets everyone enticed. And let me say one more thing too, right? Once you've got somebody, and maybe they just started, and it's applicable to other businesses too. The mobile wallet is the most applicable. I mean, you could take that to another business overnight because it doesn't matter what message they have, right? It doesn't matter what they're selling. You could take it to a restaurant tomorrow and do a punch card for, how many dinners they had and give them a fifth one free, or you could do a free dessert offer. You could do a whole bunch of things. It's kind of like regular text message marketing on steroids in that respect, because then you can ring fence and GEO-Fence and use beacon.
Let's see here. Dave and Lydia ask, what is the mobile wallet going to cost, the setup and the monthly?
Haven't established that yet, but we'll have that for you. Once we finalize everything, we'll have that for you, and you'll be really pleased. That's as much as I can say right this second.
Awesome. Ronnie asks, trying to understand the difference with geo-fencing advertising that we already have now with the mobile ads, John, that we can sell now versus the geo-fencing used with the app or even the geo-fencing used with the iBeacons.
Okay, really simple, right? In terms of regular mobile advertising, the guy's got to be on his phone and he's got to be on the web and he's got to pull up a site that runs the advertising. So, for general mobile advertising, I can geo-fence a particular area. I can use a zip code, right? And I can target a certain demographic or a certain social psycho-fence, right? But I got to be on CNN to see it, or I got to be on ESPN, right? If I'm not, I miss that ad. Then I click through, right? And I hope I get a certain number of people. This is more internal marketing. This is more, I've got a database or I've got a prospect. That prospect doesn't have to be surfing the web, right? All that prospect have to do is have a cell phone, basically, right? And I can GEO-Fence him, and I can send a message with mobile wallet above the lock screen, and I can send a new coupon if I have, and see where he's going if I have him in my app, right? But it's more of a one-on-one. That guy doesn't have to be surfing the web. All he has to do is really have Bluetooth on, right? And he's going to get my message. Oh, and when I send him a message above the lock screen through Wallet, it does not fall under the FCC TCPA rules. So I can resend him 15 times if I want. He doesn't have to opt into anything. He's got it, right? It's there. So this is more of a prospecting specific GEO-Fence or a database specific GEO-Fence, right? Where I'm tracking my current customers, or I'm tracking new prospects, as opposed to shooting out in general and trying to get somebody directly new when they happen to be shopping, for a vehicle. Right? But again, if that person's not on CNN or they're not on ESPN, they're not going to get my ad. In this case, they're going to get my GEO-Fence message, right? It's there. It's in front of them.
John, forgive me if I totally missed. You might have said this already, but I do have a little ADD today. With the email you sent me approximately about a week ago regarding Ford Motor Company recently launching a similar technology, is there any idea what the costs are going to be for that compared, and kind of like where are we going to come in versus the competition?
Oh, well, good, because we've studied that. Now the Ford thing only helps us because they're doing a general thing. They're not charging for it, but they're not doing anything for their individual dealer. This is like, they're using mobile wallet, which confirms that this technology is very, very credible and going to be overpowering in the future. But they're basically enticing people, and if they get into a particular city, they're going to tell them different transportation modes that they can use, taxis and Ubers, etc. They have a concierge mode where they can ask questions, right? They have some retailing connections, I understand it, like with McDonald's or something. But it's a very, very general thing. It does absolutely nothing for their dealers, right? I mean, they're using the technology to build some goodwill with Ford Motor Company, which is really good because now the dealer knows that there's credible technology in mobile wallet, but they're not bringing it down to the retail level at all. In terms of the other competition, this is the beautiful part. There's very, very little, and none of it does what we do already, right? There is there's literally nobody out there with this technology right now. I mean, there's mobile wallet. I shouldn't say that. There is, right? If you go to Starbucks, right, or you go into your mobile wallet, your Apple wallet or your Google wallet, you're going to see Starbucks, you're going to see Target, and those guys are using this, right? But in terms for small businesses, the technology and a dashboard built for small businesses, it doesn't exist. And then when you add the layer of the app on, it doesn't exist. And then when you add the ability to communicate with text chat, it doesn't exist. There are various people that have various pieces, but none of it's extending down to small business, and none of it's coordinating all of it, which is why I'm really excited, because we have all the pieces, right, in place. And I mean, I see it kind of as you're enticing a business with mobile wallet maybe, and then all of a sudden you can sell them all the peripherals, because again, once they get started, they're not going to stop. They're only going to want to enhance what they have.
Mark says we're in New York to start, then roll out to other cities later. Absolutely, Mark. You know, if you can make it in New York, you can make it anywhere. Is there a song like that?
A dealer probably is going to get one piece first as opposed to the whole package. But again, it's pieced, right? So if they have text chat, that's one cost. If they have the app, you can give them a little break because they have the app and text chat. If they're using mobile wallet, that's separate as well, right? But I mean, it won't get pricey, relatively speaking, because each of these pieces, I mean, some of them, if they try to price outside, they don't even exist, right? Apps, there are a couple of vendors for apps. I've mentioned them, and they're all really pricey, right? I mean, nobody's giving an app out for less than a couple $1,000 up front or more, and a few $100 a month. The text chat piece you're already familiar with. The mobile app piece, or the mobile wallet piece, nobody's going to be able to undercut us. We're going to come in very inexpensive there. And in terms of the beacons, I mean, this is debatable. I mean, we can buy beacons at about $35 a clip, and I'm thinking maybe you just offer that business here. You buy your own beacons. I'm going to charge you for the service, because the beacons are useless unless they have our mobile wallet service, right? They're not going to do much with them. So, I mean, I'm thinking of making that cost for you guys just transparent, and the business can buy their own beacons, and then we'll integrate them into the dashboard and make them work for them. Again, that's only kind of a good thing, that they don't see it as if they're paying you for that, but they can't make them work without paying you. So it's kind of a good thing all the way around.
All right, guys, with that, we'll end the call. John and Lena, you have anything to add?
I think that's it for now. Stay tuned.
Yep, a lot of exciting things to come, guys. Have a great weekend, everybody. Bye.